Now when you meet in battle those who disbelieve, then it is striking of the necks until, when you have routed them, then making fast of bonds, and afterwards either grace or ransom till the war lay down its burdens. That is the ordinance, and if Allah willed, He could have punished them without you, but thus it is ordained that He may try some of you by means of others, and those who are slain in the way of Allah, He renders not their actions vain.
You see?
That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says. Tell me some good advice that we have in relation to how to have a good family in the Quran. Any good advice about how to have a good family in the Quran? You look a little bit blank. What's going on? Any advice on how to have a good family? Yes, sir.
Treat everyone fairly.
Come here, please.
No.
No, good family, good family. Show me where in the Quran it talks about how to have a good family.
I'm not a professional on the Quran, so I can't show you.
So, no, my dear friend, are you Muslim? Are you Muslim? No. Can I please say something? I think Islam is terrible. I really think. And may I please comment to you? You look like a lovely man. You really. And I can. Thank you. And I think you are a very sincere man. Even in a brief interaction, I can see. Because you're not arguing like that. Can I please suggest to you a very simple thing? This is very serious. I genuinely think. I hear what you're saying when you say you don't know the Quran professionally. And can I please...
Unfortunately, I couldn't show
That's
you.
fine.
I can't pinpoint. I'm not a scientist.
That's fine. But
I
genuinely...
can defend the religion. I can make points.
You can't. And that is going to be my first advice. Because you don't know, don't defend. Because for all... I'm a Christian. For all that you know, because...
SubhanAllah, you're holding a Quran in your hands. It comes across, although that you're promoting Islam by carrying that Quran within itself. As a Christian, shouldn't you be holding a Bible?
Why can't I hold the Quran?
I'm not saying you can't. No, I didn't say you can't. I'm just saying why.
Because I genuinely think people such as you, a sincere man, shouldn't be in Islam. I really genuinely think so. I've read the Quran multiple times.
That's a subjective opinion of yourself.
No.
Between my relationship.
You haven't read the Quran. You haven't read the Quran. I have read the Quran. So we're not talking about opinions. We're talking about you not knowing, despite your good intention. When you don't know, you really don't know what is in here. But I have read. I can show you my notes if you want.
Would you like to show me something that you oppose in the Quran, that you have a conflicting opinion to? Would you like to show me?
Multiple things.
To change my opinion, show me something.
Multiple things.
Please.
So according to the Quran is Islam according to the Quran is a death cult.
According to who?
According to the Quran.
It's a death cult.
It's a death cult.
Show me.
You know what a death cult is?
Yeah.
What is that?
Is that a cult that is based on killing people?
No, that's a murderous cult. A cult that wants others to be killed, which is Islam also. But Islam is also a death cult in that it wants the Muslims to die to save God.
Martyrs. As martyrs.
To save. No, don't. You know, this
Define
is
a martyr.
What's that?
Martyr. Can you define what a martyr is?
I know what Christian martyr is. Yeah.
Okay. So your definition of a
One
martyr.
second. Martyrdom in the pre-Islam.
But you said death cult. I would say martyrdom. Sorry to cut you, but yeah.
Martyrdom in Christianity is a beautiful thing. You know what it is? In Christianity, martyrdom is where you're trying to bring people to God, and in that process, even if they kill you, that's fine. That's martyrdom. You become a martyr. You know what Islamic martyr is? You go and kill others, and in the process of killing others, don't mind if you're killed. That is Islamic martyrdom. These are very opposing. Islamic martyrdom is a shameful thing. It's an abominable thing. It's a very nasty thing. If you want, I can show this for you. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. And if I show this to you, what would you do? Would you see that Islam is terrible?
No.
You won't see?
Your opinion is not powerful enough to change mine.
So
I'm a human. I'm entitled to my own opinions, my own beliefs. So everything is subjective. Every point you're making is not truth. And you should agree that because it's just coming from your mouth.
Going and killing others, is that a good thing?
Killing others?
Yeah.
It's in the context of where you're doing it. If it's warfare and it's to protect your lands and your family for self-defense, then killing is justified.
Which land was protected by the Muslims, the early Muslims?
I don't know.
If you don't know, please don't say make things up. I'll tell you what happened right from the start.
Right. You started this conversation off by saying, I'm a lovely man, I'm very sincere, this, that.
Yeah.
And I reciprocated that compliment by saying you are. But now you're showing me otherwise because every point I'm making, you're being very close-minded and stubborn about it.
Let me ask.
Saying, Islam is bad, Islam is wrong, Islam is this,
Dear
Islam
friend,
is bad, this
I
is that.
genuinely think someone can be lovely but thoroughly wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you believe
but are you listening,
Muslims
please?
are bad people?
I am focused on the religion right
question.
now. No, I'm focused on the religion right now.
Do you think
My focus.
Islam is a bad religion.
Islam is a terrible religion.
And therefore the followers of it, do you think are terrible people?
If someone follows Islam sincerely, they will be terrible. Well,
Okay.
and that is where I'm going to ask you.
Okay, that's a very stereotypical point.
It's not please, my dear friend, you don't. Please, can I please comment to you? Details matter. You're focused on emotional arguments, but details are what matters.
I'm trying my best to make
but you need to
but you're truthful point.
Please, and that is where we need to stick to one topic and get to the depth. And that is where I'm beginning by asking.
You're clearly more educated than I am in certain religious matters, of course.
No problem.
But I'm entitled to give my opinion, and I can say that I disagree with what you're saying, etc., etc. And you can carry on imposing your opinion on me, but go ahead. I'm still waiting for you to open up the book and read something that's negative about Islam.
But that's
you're saying they're terrible people. So show me something terrible in the Quran, please.
Sure. And so I want to agree.
I'd like you to.
I'm going to.
Maybe you can change my.
I'm going to, and that is where the first thing I want to make sure is before even we go to read, can we agree? If you go and kill others, it is terrible. Especially in the spread of your religion, if you go and kill others, it is terrible. Can we agree?
Can we agree? Repeat the question.
If you want to spread your religion,
yeah.
and in the process, you want to kill even others to do that, it's a terrible thing to do.
Killing others for the purpose of spreading your religion. Okay, who are the people being killed?
People
that are committing terrible crimes that deserve possibly in that culture's time to.
No one did anything terrible. No one did anything terrible to Islam at all.
So how about when Christianity was spreading?
No, focus on Islam, please. Here is where. If you want to be sincere, if you want to be sincere, if you want to be sincere right now, if you really want to be sincere right, so far you were sincere. But if you want to continue to be sincere, you need to get to the bottom right now. This is very important. Killing.
But you can't coerce someone that's not that educated to make certain answers. But from what I do
you
know
tell
roughly,
me
that in Christianity there was instances where barbarianism was adopted to spread religion. I don't know exactly when and where it happened. But
dear friend, I'm focused on Islam right now. Okay. In Islam,
by assuming that Christianity.
Now you're not being sincere. So far you were not anymore.
If you assume that Christianity is perfect,
why can't we were talking about Islam, and you wanted me to get to exposing something really terrible about Islam, and I'm in the process of doing that. I don't know why you already want to jump to Christianity. I really don't know. So if you want to really get to know, so far you were sincere, and I genuinely, and I've been here many years at Speaker's Corner. Among all the
first time here.
I've met hundreds of Muslims at Speaker's Corner. Most of them won't even do what you're doing right now.
Is what stand up for Islam basically?
No. Most of the Muslims would turn defensive in the first minute, but you at least took a bit longer.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. You've taken a bit longer, and what I want to do is, but just a bit longer isn't enough. Sincerity should go all the way. Only then, when you understand that Islam is terrible, you'll be able to leave it. Otherwise, you'll be stuck there. And so my point is, please, I'll go back to the topic I was talking about earlier. About killing. Yeah. If you want to spread, and I'll tell you, I'll give you some information. If you really want to spread your religion, and for that you kill others, that's terrible. That's really terrible. Now, I completely understand your, wanting to get clarification. and you are asking me, did the people do terrible things who were killed? And my answer to you is no. At no point.
That was just an impulsive question. That was, but maybe
That was a relevant question.
A question that maybe I would think about is when empires claim territory and they expand their influence, you would agree that that is terrible.
If empires do that,
would you agree that that's terrible? When empires expand their influence and territory by killing people, going to war, and the people of the lands that they're conquering are protecting themselves by going to war, and it results in them killing them, is that terrible?
Terrible, yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Islam has been...
It's the same context for Islam. You might say...
Absolutely, Islam is terrible.
I would say that's how human and primitive nature of the human is.
So would you like to confirm that Islam is a primitive human nature? It's just consistent with...
No, because the example I just gave you was about empires conquering land.
But if Islam does the same, it's primitive human nature.
Well, I could say that there's people with Christian influence that done terrible things by conquering certain lands, and you would probably disagree because you believe that Christianity is all perfect.
No. No, I can completely agree. Here is where I'll give you a blank check. My blank check. 1 second. My blank check. One second. My blank check to you is, if people wanted merely to increase territory and in the process did not even mind killing people, it is terrible, regardless of the name of the religion used, regardless of the name of any other leader used. If they did that, it is terrible. And I can tell you, this has been done in the name of Jesus Christ also. I completely agree.
Thank you for agreeing. Thank you so much, because you just basically leveled this argument.
No, I haven't.
I'm saying it's been done in Christianity.
I haven't done.
I still wouldn't maybe agree or disagree with your question, but at least you made that point and it just came out your mouth and it's on your camera.
Sure.
That Christianity
What I'm now going to tell you,
terrible.
Now what I'm going to tell you is, in Islam, the official text advocates for it. In Islam,
I'd like you to show me.
Sure.
When you're ready.
Yeah. Whereas in Jesus Christ was against this entire idea. Jesus Christ wants Christians to love others, not to go around kill others. Jesus Christ wants us to even lay down our lives while trying to help others.
So are you saying Muhammad didn't have this?
No. Muhammad
didn't push forth any of these what you would say these traits.
He didn't.
Because he does. He promotes compassion, peace, patience, all of these things.
He doesn't.
You're avoiding all of that, and
I'm not avoiding anything.
Doing what a lot of other people do when it comes to arguments. You'll pinpoint one thing about the religion and make that the base for your argument.
But going and killing others.
All the other things. What about all the other things? Why is it?
Okay, show me some good things that Muhammad has taught in the Quran.
I personally, because I'm on my own journey at the moment, yeah?
What does that mean?
What do you mean? I'm on my own journey at the moment.
What is in Jaliyah?
My own journey at the moment.
Your own journey.
Okay? So I'm not going to take that book from your hand and start pointing things out, because then for you to maybe contradict me. But if I was more educated on everything and I felt confident to do so, I would. But I am asking you, because you're the one that's trying to tell me Islam is terrible, show me something. Yeah. So why are you now asking me to show you something?
Because
when I've asked you from the beginning of this discussion to show me something, and you still haven't. You're just holding the book in your hand.
No, please. You need to be sincere. I'll give you the exact reason as to why. We had the slight detour, because you said, instead of focusing on the good teachings like compassion and so on, that I am trying to focus on a bad teaching. That's what you said.
Yes.
That's what you said. And that is exactly why I asked you, where is the good teaching? It wasn't based on my distraction, it was based on your distraction. If you want to stay focused on the previous point, I can. And that is where, let me take for you an example. Surah, I'll give you a couple of, we can take one surah at a time. Yeah, Surah 47. So, if I take Surah 47, Ayah 4.
Did you say? Where's your cow?
Is that a joke?
Just funny people, man. It's all for entertainment purposes.
So, Surah 47, Ayah 4. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to read it out?
Yes, please. Surah 47, Ayah 4.
With passion. Ayah 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, when you meet in battle those who disbelieve, then it is striking of the necks until, when you have routed them, then making fast of bonds, and afterwards either grace or ransom till the war lay down its burdens. That is the ordinance, and if Allah willed, He could have punished them without you, but thus it is ordained that He may try some of you by means of others, and those who are slain in the way of Allah, He renders not their actions vain.
You see?
That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says. So there are two separate points here. Both of which, earlier I remember I said it's a murderous death cult. Both of those points are here. Number one, Surah 47, Ayah 4. Number one, it says, when you meet in battle those who disbelieve. What is the qualification? What is the criterion? If they disbelieve, i.e. they're not Muslims. If you meet someone who disbelieve.
According to who? Where does it say non-Muslim?
Disbelieve. What does disbelieve mean? Disbelieve in Islamic Allah.
Look, the thing with text, yeah, with holy text, yeah, it's become, or it's a situation where it's your perception of the text.
Please tell me 1 second. Disbelieve in Islamic Allah, who are they?
A disbeliever
In Islamic Allah.
is someone that opposes to the belief of the person saying it's a disbeliever.
Yeah, well,
But
we know who is saying this.
They could have entities that they follow that opposes to a Muslim's.
No, yeah, please. You need to stay focused.
I'm a
please.
layman Muslim.
One second.
Pardon?
I'm a layman Muslim.
That's fine.
I think
One second.
disbeliever
Thank you.
generally
because,
means
because I did tell him from the beginning that
Sure.
I'm not fully educated.
disbeliever in my head normally means like kafirs.
Kufa.
The guys who like no Christians or Jews.
What do you mean non-Christian as well? Christians.
As far as I'm aware.
Excuse me. Christians are Jews.
Christians and Jews could not be considered
Excuse me.
disbelievers,
We
right?
do not believe in the Islamic Allah.
No, I know.
And therefore we are disbelievers. We are disbelievers.
No. Not through that interpretation.
Okay. So, excuse me. Have you read the Quran?
Yeah.
Yeah. According to the Quran, who
Like I
are
say,
the?
I'm not expert, but okay.
If excuse me, no. He's a lie. He's making things up. At least you said you don't know. He's making things up, which is not good. When you don't know, just say you don't know. What is the biggest crime?
Wait, Jake, you just accused me of something.
I'm answering right now.
But you've just accused me of something.
Listen.
That's a bit
Please listen. Please. I'm responding. I'm clarifying.
I wanted to have a
I'm
simple
clarifying.
conversation.
I'm clarifying.
Go for it.
Do you know what is the biggest shirk in Islam?
Biggest shirk in Islam is when you associate partners with Allah.
Yeah. And who
That's
in
the general.
Please listen.
Yeah.
According to the Quran, excuse me. Wait, listen, please. So, according to the Quran, according to Quran, associating partners with your Islamic Allah is the biggest shirk that could ever happen. The biggest disbelief, the biggest problem.
So basically,
no. I, as a Christian, believe in Jesus to be God.
Okay.
Every Christian believes Jesus to be God. Is that
So
is
you
that
know
the big?
that man.
One second. Is that a shirk or not? Is that a shirk or not?
If you believe Jesus is God, like the man is God,
He's worshipping a man.
you're
One
worshiping
second.
a man.
In other words, according to Islam, anyone who worships Jesus is a disbeliever.
Yes.
He is with a bigger shirk. So why do you want to confuse others?
Yeah.
Christians are disbelievers according to the Quran.
but not all
No, wait a second.
Okay, let me
Let me
answer
finish.
You
Christians,
spoke about
one second. Christians aren't just disbelievers. Christians aren't. Christians.
Is this a show?
One second. Christians.
It's my first time ever here.
No problem. Christians are. Please stay focused. Christians aren't just disbelievers. Christians are the worst of disbelievers because we commit the worst of shirk, which is to associate.
answer that?
Answer what?
What you're saying.
Yeah. Please help me. Okay, I'll ask a question and then please answer. If
No,
I'll ask a
what you're
question.
saying.
Associating
I'll respond
Jesus,
to what you've said.
associating Jesus with Islamic Allah is the biggest shirk.
Yeah.
So why do you call? And the Quran clearly therefore commends Christians to be disbelievers. Why do you want to now change the storyline and say Christian?
That's not true per se.
So Christians are believers, is what you're saying.
Not all Christians believe that Jesus is God.
Okay, there we go. Do you think Christians believe Jesus to be God?
Do I believe that
denominations do you have in Christianity?
Generally, yes.
Well, there's a man over there with Jesus' Lord on his trouser and he's screaming
There we
out.
go.
Unitarian
Now,
Christians.
Excuse me, sir. So you are a bit confused. Christians believe Jesus to be God.
Not all of
if
them.
you don't know this,
Not all
if
of
you
them.
don't know this, just say I don't know. Ignorant. Just because you're ignorant, don't make things up.
Don't speak for all Christians.
Now coming to you.
Let me prove to you.
Coming to you.
Him.
No, sir, I don't speak to people with COVID. Please move on. Please move on. Thank you. This guy.
You're not sincere as I thought.
Now,
Can you not face me? Can you not talk to me?
sure, that's fine. You can move on. That's fine. There we go. Insincerity shows up. Don't be angry. Why are you angry?
I think
Please, if you're disappointed, say move on.
represents all Christians.
So very simply, my dear friends, I read from Surah 47.
To you that you are mushrik.
Surah 47, Ayah 4. In one verse, establishes Islam to be a murderous death cult. Are you Muslim, sir? Islam is a murderous death cult. Did you know this?
It's not murderous.
No. Islam both advocates Muslims to kill others and advocates, that's fine, and advocates that you be prepared to die in the process of killing others. This is the very definition of a murderous death cult. I am a Christian. Hello, sir. Are you Muslim, sir? You're going around but can't engage in a conversation. What kind of Muslim is that, sir? If your Islamic Allah sees you, which he can't clearly, he's going to feel terribly sorry about you guys. Because clearly you guys cannot face up to scrutiny and defend the Islamic Allah. So Islamic Allah is going to be terribly upset. My dear Muslims, Islam is a murderous death cult. I am a Christian. I follow the precious Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes, I am Muslim.
Jesus Christ neither asks me to kill others, nor asked me to die in the process of killing others.
Yes, I am Muslim.
On the other hand,
Yes, I am Muslim.
just one second. On the other hand, Jesus wants me to love others and be willing to lay down my life in the process of loving others in case they get upset and want to kill me. But what does Islamic Allah say? Let's read. If you're a Muslim, respect the reading of the Quran, sir, please. Surah 47. Surah 47, Ayah 4. What does Surah 47, Ayah 4 say? Now, when you meet in battle those who disbelieve, then it is the striking of the necks until when you have routed them. So essentially it says, until you rout the disbelievers, non-Muslims, strike their necks. So if you are wondering why the Islamic State goes around and chops people's heads off, it's because your Islamic Allah has asked Muslims to do so. Go around and chop people's heads. Surah 47, Ayah 4. And then it goes on to say, and those who are slain in the way of Allah, He renders not their actions vain. In other words, in the process of going around and chopping people's heads off, if you die, then don't worry. That's what Islamic Allah likes. In other words, Islam is a murderous death cult.